Welcome, ladies and gentlemen,
We're here.
to Reap What You Sow. This is CritsNCantrips presents a Pathfinder Society scenario adapted to 2nd edition. Ooh. This will be a Halloween special for the month of October and apparently the last day in September. So we're going to try and play some Pathfinder 2nd edition. This is a converted module, so it was originally in 1st edition, and now it makes less sense. We're going to go with it. No, it should be great. It should be really exciting. So we've got kind of a combination of people from both our Monday night and Wednesday night games here tonight. So we've got Nicholas, Michael, Austin, Thomas, Dylan, and Dalton.
Any reason I was last, or
you're the last of the pictures?
You're the bottom of my my Discord. Okay. You're gonna have to pay somebody to get moved up there.
All right.
Last but not least, Dalton. I said you twice now, and I didn't say anybody else twice. So.
Okay. Hey, yeah, now I feel special. Fuck everybody else. It's all about me.
We can snake draft this, I guess. No, it's okay. All right, but yeah, we're gonna be playing some Pathfinder 2nd edition. If you're joining us live now, we're going to do it all here. Some character creation, learning the rules in some cases, and then eventually we're going to play some actual Pathfinder and maybe roll some dice. So, should we do an icebreaker? Should we ask everyone what their favorite Halloween costume was growing up?
I was thinking last night, I was like,
Sexy maid.
Banter topic.
Okay.
Is he gonna
you went one direction with that. I assume that's a costume that you have worn, right, Dalton?
Yes, and seen one.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good. Classic.
All right, that's a lot.
You don't have to have worn the costume, but I think it does make the question make more sense.
That's what I was thinking.
All right, Dalton, you have to pick. You have to popcorn somebody.
Is that your real answer?
That's the rules.
That's the real answer. Nicholas, you're next.
Is there a story?
Mine was probably the year that Brendan and I did Young Link and Adult Link from Ocarina of Time, where I was Young Link and he was Adult Link, and we just basically had the same exact outfit but different shields. So
yeah, and everyone called us Robin Hood all night long.
Yep.
So that is a very cute Robin Hood, and I was like, I don't like any of those words.
Well, were you stealing their valuables and giving them to lower income housing?
Maybe. I mean, to be fair.
Were you redistributing the candy that you received?
That's right. That's right. Sorry, that's part of the Halloween spirit.
Bars and giving them to the poor kids.
And there was nobody running around like screaming "Hey" all the time, so
yeah,
I had no idea.
Hey.
Listen,
we got one more webcam going up.
I'll do Austin next.
Oh, it killed your mic too. We can't hear you.
I said Austin.
No,
I heard it.
I had it down.
All right.
Yeah.
What are you saying? Me? I got popcorn?
Yes, you're next.
My favorite outfit. It was the most complicated one I ever had. I think it was a last minute buy because we forgot to the day before we went to a Walgreens and they had a fat ballerina blow up suit that was the greatest thing ever. You put it on, it was airtight and had a pump on the side that you turned on and it blew you up really big. And I wore that for 3 Halloweens and 1 talent show with Dylan.
I remember that. I was going to say, I remember that talent show.
We did a taekwondo bit, and I wore the fat ballerina suit, just because that's what you did in middle school, and it was incredible.
For those of you that know my dad, which is a large portion of this group now, Dad had a sumo costume that was fully inflatable that he wore several Halloweens in a row, I think. So it was pretty funny.
And Mom had a matching pumpkin.
Mm-hmm. Which I don't think she ever really wore.
It was legit and it was easy and it stayed cool because it just had constant air blowing on you. So sometimes
it's not too bad.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely that.
You gotta pick somebody.
I'm gonna popcorn to Thomas. Because he's eating.
He's got his mouth full. Perfect.
Okay, I have this a question, but I assume it's your favorite Halloween costume?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go with the only one that I actually remember, which was a few years ago. I had a white long sleeve shirt. And I took a Sharpie and I wrote Error 404, costume not found on it. And that was it. Because
programming humor.
Yep.
That's good.
Yep, that's the whole story. I think I wore it for 2 years because didn't go bad, just a shirt. I just washed it and then it was easy again the next year.
Yep.
That's fair.
It's also really cheap.
Yep. You gotta pick somebody now. Popcorn.
Oh gosh. It would help if I was paying attention. I don't think Michael's gone. I'll do Michael.
Yeah, I was the weird homeschool kid that didn't do Halloween, so I don't actually have a single costume to pick as a favorite.
A single one?
Sorry.
My Halloween, I think, I don't know for sure, but I think there's a chance that I have trick-or-treated at your previous house, though, in Topeka, like multiple
Yes,
times.
yes. I think you did well. I lived there, if I remember right.
Yeah. So that's funny.
That's good.
So you could always say when Nicholas and I were dressed up as Link and we came to your house.
That's my
And-
favorite, obviously.
That's your favorite.
Yeah.
But was it Brendan or Nicholas that you liked more?
No comment.
Also
I
the right
plead the
answer.
fifth.
Yeah.
That's the most political answer.
Yeah.
That's fair.
The dungeon master. Sorry, Nicholas.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah.
That's thinking ahead.
No. Yeah, the house next door to yours always had like a crazy like Halloween party going on. There was always just like a ton of adults like spilled out into the driveway. And so that house was like, it usually gave out good candy, but there's also just like people menacing children on the streets. That was just like
Just harassing kids.
probably shouldn't be. Probably
Yeah.
okay.
Halloweens.
There was a werewolf guy one year that like hid inside the trash can, like just climbed all the way inside the trash can, and it was just like you walked up to the door, and they put it in different places. Well, it was like the trash can like had moved from like year to year, and then he was just like pop out of it. It's just like terrifying no matter what.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great.
I think
All
I
right.
have to hand it over to Dylan.
Oh, sick. Okay. I had a couple. My mom made me a Stitch outfit one year. That was pretty baller. It had multiple arms, and I was all blue.
Was it
And I
hands?
got to, yeah, like the arms were stitched.
So you introduced yourself as a hand Stitch?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I was that clever when I was 7.
Hey, you're pretty handy.
But no, I just got to be like a little demon all night.
That's
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
soundboard use.
It was a
But
little
after
late.
that, I just got to be just creepy for the rest of my childhood,
There you go.
which is always a delight. Who's left? Just Nicholas?
I think it's just.
No, I chose Nick.
I already went.
I think it's
Your
Dalton.
second?
Wait, what?
Oh no, you.
No,
went
Dalton
first.
went.
I
The
just-
only one
I-
has-
I-
I-
I'm
Brendan-
sure-
Brendan
I'm
is,
still
yeah.
not convinced it's real. Got it.
You can pick me, or we can be done.
It's Brendan.
It's up to you guys.
Here, I'll roll for it.
I don't have to icebreaker.
Oh, roll.
You know,
50-50.
I know
no,
everybody.
Brendan, you get to
I'm gonna
go.
have to talk. Okay, good.
Look, we get to ban somebody fat.
No, my Halloween is probably the one where Dad painted on my face and I tried to be Darth Maul because I have to assume that it looked really good for exactly one photograph and then immediately melted off my face, and then I went around the whole night and just looked like a guy with red stuff all over his face. Like he just looked like a demon, probably. I did have a lightsaber, so maybe that would help you out a little bit.
And I was a clone trooper, so
That's true.
That is good. Just
Man,
a
we had-
quick trick or treat story. I don't know why it's the one that stands out the most, but I think it was just you and me, Dylan. There might have been someone else there, but we lived next to Baker, so like we would go and trick or treat in like the college campus area, and it's like right outside of the campus. There was just like this old man who was just like, "Penny for your thoughts," and would just like ask you
Yep.
some philosophical question and just make you answer, and then would give you a penny. And I don't know why we stayed there for way too long. But we got like 10 pennies. And it was a lot.
Just
Do you remember that?
eventually,
Dylan? I'm
we're
not
gonna.
making that up, right? Oh no.
What do you mean?
That happened, right? That's not a figment of my imagination.
I mean, probably.
Okay.
Shoot.
Well,
Did you ever go inside? Do you remember the inside of this guy's house
No.
at all? Or-
You and me.
Right, no, it was both of us for sure.
He
Yeah.
goes, I don't know, you would always disappear for like 2 hours in the middle of trick-or-treating, and I just never wondered where you went.
Sure.
You came back with 10 pennies.
Usually this guy came and hit you on the head with a hammer,
I
dragged
woke
you
up
off.
with 10 pennies in my pocket.
Yeah, it was really spooky.
We did have our neighbor one year, just like we were going trick-or-treating like as early as you possibly could. It was like 5:30 or something, you know, it was like right after like the day ended and everybody got home, like going trick-or-treating, and the neighbor was like, "Oh gosh, I ran out of candy." We're just like, or he didn't buy candy, which is fine. Like, so he just gave all the change that he had in his pockets. He just threw it in Nicholas and I's pumpkins. I think it's just like whatever he had, it's just like throwing receipts and that stuff in there. It's just like, no, it's all right. You can just say you don't have any. Like, we'll go home.
I bought a bunch of candy for last year, like hoping that there'd be trick or treaters, but like so often now they just go do like the parking lot events where there's like a bunch of stores and stuff. Like I didn't see anyone walking around, which is fine, I guess. But
COVID really killed the Halloween scene.
Yeah,
it did.
I figured the more signs that I start putting out in my yard now, like free candy, like kids come here, like probably the better case I'll have. Children, they'll know that I'm a friend, right?
Yeah,
little kid lover.
Little kid lover. Yeah. Oh no!
We're entering dangerous territory.
Yeah, no.
It's okay to say little kid lover. It's
sorry,
specific that it's
this is all being streamed online.
Or streaming? No, just kidding.
Yeah. For the police watching us, thank you for your
Thank you for your service.
We're just trying to get it out there.
And you've seen the
Did anyone else's camera view switch? I don't know why Nicholas and Brendan stopped on mine. It really threw me off. It's like, who left? Me off too. But it just...
It might be because I changed my name. I don't know. My server name, but...
Oh, that's probably what it is.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go. So if you want to move up in the rankings, you just got to change your name. I am 11111 AA Ninja. All right. Well, we talked about it playing Pathfinder, and now the time is finally here. Has anybody spent some time thinking about what kind of spooky Halloween-themed character they'd like to build for this one-shot? Oh, people are moving again.
Guys.
To be fair, I didn't have a name before. I was just parentheses and then my name.
Yeah.
So I had to get something in there.
Inconsistency.
That is spooky. Ooh.
We do have a couple people in chat too. So
we do?
Yeah.
Nice.
Shout out to Indigo and Nia. Thanks for joining. I know them. So they're here for me and me only.
Wow. They're not here for the CritsNCantrips crew?
Oh, they might be. They might want to see Pathfinder. I don't know. She said, yeah, that's kind of true.
You know what? I respect it. I looked through some ancestries because I feel like ancestry, heritage, class is kind of where I'm at. I think I got some ideas, but I don't really know how we want to do it. Just everyone pick and hope that, it's a one shot, so balance probably doesn't really matter that much, but I don't know.
I think I got mine.
I just want to go on theme, so I think I'm going to be a Tengu investigator.
Okay.
And his name is going to be Poe.
Oh.
The best Halloween movie.
And he wants to know what the true meaning of Christmas is, right?
Sure. But he's also going to have two brothers named Edgar and Alan that might be mentioned throughout.
All right.
That is my thought process.
You've got your.
Yeah.
You're ready.
And for people that don't play Pathfinder, Tengu are crow people essentially, or raven people. Is it ravens or crows?
We'll pull it up. Is it in the all ancestries?
It's an uncommon.
I don't think it matters. Corvids.
Jesus, I'm not gonna say
Ravens and crows are part of like the same family, so
yeah,
close enough.
So that's why it's on brand.
There you go.
Love it.
He's just gonna have a pipe, and he's gonna be like, "Whoa, who is that rapping, tapping at my chamber door?"
Hey, thanks for the follow, Nia.
Nevermore.
See?
Hey, it even pops up.
I like Pathfinder. Cool. I got it. Got the alerts up.
Cool.
I was looking through the ancestries, and honestly, a Minotaur sounds super cool. I kind of think there's a character in the Marvel universe that's like a wizard, but like also a Minotaur. And I was just scrolling through it. I'm like, that could be fun. Like a magic Minotaur. Because, it just doesn't make any sense. And I think that's fun.
Okay, well, I'm looking at charlatan, sorcerer, skeleton.
Someone's got to be a skeleton. Maybe even
Yeah.
more than one person. But I agree with that.
Are changelings still in 2E, or are they just called something different?
I think that might be what you just said. Is it the charlatan a race?
Charlatan's a
Oh
background.
no, you said skeleton. I'm sorry. I feel like they are.
And just let my intentions be known.
Changeling. Yeah, let's see. That's
Guess
is it
If
just called
not,
changeling?
I
I think
don't
changeling is
remember.
a versatile heritage.
it might be a
So I think what you
heritage,
have to do for
Oh,
changeling
I got you.
is you have
I
to
got
pick.
you.
Yeah, you got to pick like an ancestry first. You got to
Okay,
pick what you look like, and then you got to pick what you are.
I'm thinking fetchling.
Be
Okay.
pretty cool.
Yeah. There's
Uh,
a common heritage for Minotaur called a Ghost Bowl Minotaur. Your fur is pale as death, possibly from some connection you or your family has to the afterlife. That just seems Halloween-y.
That seems kind of Halloween-y. Yeah, I can see that.
Kind of Halloween-y, you know? So I think
It's a little bit Halloween.
unless that doesn't end up making sense after hearing what everyone else has, I think that's the route I'm going to go as far as ancestry and heritage goes.
I'm excited.
If anybody, Dalton, or I guess anyone who doesn't use Pathfinder, if it doesn't make any sense, everything should just be on the left that you have to fill out, like at each level.
Yeah. So
Like the different
so
blocks.
your ancestry is like what race that you are. So if you want to be an elf, that's where you're going to find that. But there's also heritage that you have to choose at first level, and that's kind of like it'd be like a sub race or kind of like in previous games parlance. So that would be like if you're going to specifically be a dark elf or a half orc or something like that.
There's like a lot of heritages that overlap too.
Yeah, and your ancestry, background, and class all matter for like your stats a little bit. Like they're going to give you certain bonuses to your stats so that you're kind of like starting off in the right place. But you'll also get like 4 points to spread out to your different stats. The only thing that matters now are the bonuses. We did away with the number system. But yeah, so you just start out picking your ancestry, probably background and class. And then if you scroll down to level 1, like it kind of tells you what things you get to choose. You get to choose some abilities, some skills, your heritage, all of your... You don't have like generic feats anymore. They all come from something. So your feats will be like an ancestry feat. Hey, Justin.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Got off early. We're really just starting to talk about making characters, so you haven't really missed too much yet.
Okay.
But yeah, so you'll get your feats from like your ancestry, so there'll be things like giving you abilities. Like, if Austin picks a Minotaur, he might get the option to choose like a charge attack, or like have like powerful horns that he can use as a weapon, or he might have the ability to never get lost in mazes. Like he'll get abilities like that through his feats.
Austin's gonna be a Minotaur?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. I think that's what I'm looking at right now, at least.
Interesting.
Going for a spooky creature.
Ashley says you're compensating.
Yeah.
That could be. For something, at least. My lack of
For
not being a
something.
Minotaur.
He's compensating. Yeah, exactly. He's compensating for not being a 8-foot tall horned monster. But then you also get class feats, which kind of determine your abilities from your class a little bit. And then you'll get some stuff for free. Like if you choose certain classes, you'll get certain abilities. Common stuff like rogues being able to pick locks and fighters being able to have attacks of opportunities, things like that.
There is
But yeah.
a lot of backgrounds, too. There's a lot of backgrounds. I don't know.
So it does matter, but I think you can filter by abilities. So if you want to like hone in on like a class and then look at all of the ones that give you a bonus to intelligence or a bonus to charisma, like that might be an easier way to narrow it down.
The filter button's in the top right on any of these menus. If
The
there is a
background
filter
I
button.
was going for mine was a bounty hunter.
Okay.
Yeah, the premise of this story, Like I said, the story takes place in Galt, which is kind of like revolutionary France. So there's a lot of upheaval. There are guillotines, and like the nobility keep getting murdered for mistreating the common folk. So there's a lot of, I guess I would say, intrigue and like opportunity for adventure. And so you guys are going to be going to the Woods Edge Lodge at the edge of Galt, where they're trying to kind of rebuild a Pathfinder presence, and you're going to be helping out with a mission. They're sending you kind of to They're sending you to a small town to make contact with one of their associates.
So we are Pathfinders.
The scenario is going to assume that you are Pathfinders, or at least are friends with the
Working with
Pathfinder
them.
Society for some reason. Yeah.
Cool.
So there must be something going on if they're going to call in 7 very suspicious individuals such as yourselves.
Okay.
I have a feeling that the people that show up at this door are not going to be your typical group of Pathfinders. Like, this is clearly the cleric, and this is clearly the wizard, and this is clearly the fighter, frontline fighter.
Nicholas, you said investigator, right?
That's
And then-
correct. And I didn't mention that my background is going to be deputy.
Deputy. Okay.
Literally going to be a cop, but a crow cop.
A crow cop.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
Named Poe.
Named Poe, thank you.
I don't know.
Did you get that idea from playing Legend of Zelda yesterday?
No, this is a character that I am basing off of a Pathfinder character that I made before, just as a backup. I made a Slayer Tengu, and so I converted it for this story.
Second edition. Cool. Works.
I kind of think I want to be a magic minotaur, but I don't know what kind of magic to go with because I haven't actually done magic in Pathfinder 2e yet.
Someone said sorcerer, I think,
Yep.
already.
Sorcerer
Dylan
skeleton.
said. Mhm. And I'll say, I mean, nothing against having a couple of wizards to help you out, you know?
Yeah,
Sounds
I'm
pretty
kind
wizard
of leaning
indeed.
towards witch, I think. Because
Witch is
the
fine.
idea of a minotaur with a witch's hat is just like really screamy AI art to me. Like it's really like what I want to do. I think.
Would it be
Do we
like a
have
big-
a?
Would it be a
Go ahead,
big
Michael.
witch's hat with holes in it for the horns, or would it be like a little witch's hat that fit in between the horns?
I think they'll have both. It just depends on the day. If it's windy, he's got the holes. That way it stays on. But if
Yeah,
it's like
that
a
makes
calm
sense.
day out, it's small hat. I think it's where I'm at. I'll have 2 different pictures, Brendan. You'll be able to pull up either one depending on the weather
Oh
conditions.
yeah, super easily. Yeah, that doesn't take any effort on my end at all.
That's good. Perfect.
Do we have somebody that said there's going to be a fighter? I'm still just engrossed in learning the Path Builder and 2e system.
I think we do
I
have.
had mentioned barbarian for me, but
Okay.
There's a lot of us though, so there's probably going to be some sort of overlap. With
There's
Yep.
going to be some doubling up for sure, and like
Yeah,
I
let's-
think we've done a pretty good job of kind of going right to the corners so far.
Yeah, I was thinking alchemist,
That'd be
but
fun.
pursuing like the mutagen path versus the bomb path.
Okay, I like that.
And
'Cause
we
I
will
could
call
also kind of-
him Frankenstein.
Kind of be a backup fighter in that way, but yeah, I'm thinking alchemist.
I'm thinking a human rogue with the hounded thief background.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of backgrounds.
It's a lot.
There's a lot of backgrounds.
I do think the
I wouldn't
filter
spend
is
a ton of time
yeah.
on it. I think filtering to just kind of look at what you might want, and then go for it.
I think maybe I'm getting too into my character now. I think my Minotaur character died and was resurrected by a
And that's why he's white?
necromancer. And I can take one of the ancestry feats that I can take is a reincarnation feat, and then I can do pick another.
Was he a
feat.
Minotaur before, or did he used to be a gnome?
No, I think he was just
Now-
a Minotaur, and the
Now he's just super confused about how big his body is. He's just like, oh,
He's always bumping
super
into stuff.
clumsy. Yeah,
A clumsy witch Minotaur
that's
with a
right.
big hat and a small hat.
Classic. That's what we get when we do these one shots. Classic characters,
Yeah, just real
classic
basic.
classic tropes.
Back to the originals.
That's right.
Okay, so Brandon, you think that you said the background you can filter, and I should filter based on the class's key ability, probably.
I think that'd be the
never
easiest. Like
balance
if
my
you're
character
trying to
very
decide.
well. Okay. I usually just pick things that sound cool instead of like, this guy is good at this. So that makes sense. Okay. So I want to do intelligence based because I'm a witch. That's intelligence based. And then
He's a witch.
And then maybe a cult.
Are you sure you want to be a witch?
No.
I'm
not sure of
witch.
anything.
Maybe you just don't go around telling people you're a witch, you know? Bad juju.
Is it?
I don't know. You're going into Revolutionary Era France. I think
Should I be a witch, but then have my background be witch warry, where I have little love or trust for spellcraft or those who practice it?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how that happened.
All right, dual personality character.
Oh. Yeah, see how much you can fit into this one character. A little bit of dissociative identity disorder.
Constantly on guard for the magic of witches and have been trained to spot the signs of those whose mind. That would be actually amazing.
I have no patience for witches.
I'm a
At
witch.
least not other witches.
Cursed.
Let me do it
Yeah, let's
myself.
just do that. You're the victim of a personal or hereditary curse. Yeah, let's do it. I'm not even going to read more than that. There's 3 paragraphs for curse. A cursed Minotaur witch.
All right, I think I'm gonna do the saboteur background.
Saboteur. Oh,
Saboteur?
French.
Yeah,
Saboteur.
saboteur.
Oh my god, I get a puppet or a familiar.
Puppet?
It says puppet, actually.
What does it say? Puppet?
Patron's puppet.
Well, I guess it depends on if you're truly. I don't know what the thing is. Is it Galtian? Galtese? Then you have a puppet.
Oh, okay. You got me there. I think we're gonna do a familiar instead.
Okay. A familia?
Familiar.
Tell me, friend, where are you from? I assume you have lots of backstory written for this Minotaur.
I think he's gonna have a Texas accent.
There you go.
I gotta pick a patron too. Oh my gosh.
That's true. I am a patron of the arts.
I support using funny accents that wouldn't normally work. Like in Dimension 20, some of the stuff they use for like some of the dwarves are like a New Jersey accent, and it's great.
The dwarfs from Jersey. We know them. What is this, Snooky?
Snooky?
Snooky? I can't think of the name of any of everybody else from that show.
That got me.
Snooky and
My brother moved in. I
Boston
haven't made
Rob?
a key to the house yet, so I had to go unlock the door.
Did you say Boston Rob?
Yeah.
Is that from Survivor?
I don't know the names of any more people from the show. Snooky and JWoww? No?
What did I miss?
I have to Google. All right.
I think JWoww is one of them. That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Did you say Galt is a region where like the upper class don't treat the lower class very well, something like that?
Yes.
Okay.
There's
I feel
a
like
lot
it's
of
probably most
upheaval.
places, but
Yeah. Now Galt is just like infamous at this point for like the revolution. It's like the people have risen up and like killed off the nobility.
Viva la revolution!
Exactly. The guillotine.
All right, I think I'm
Gotcha.
gonna do
Okay. All right.
The Devourer of Decay is gonna be my patron.
Classic.
What? There's a little symbol next to some feats. What does every symbol mean?
I
Okay.
think that's the level
So
of
you might be
rarity.
seeing. Well, you might be
Let's
seeing
do like
the
a reverse
actions.
arrow.
If there's so like the arrow is a reaction,
Oh, it says a
And the
trigger.
number
Okay,
of-
and then the trigger.
and the
I
number of
gotcha.
diamonds are the number of actions it would take to do that. So like,
I got
one big change for my Pathfinder 1 guys is you're gonna have 3 actions in every round and 1 reaction.
Right.
So you got the 3 action economy. So you're looking at like you can stride, which is like move your full distance, and then you can like draw a weapon, and then you can attack, or you can stride twice and attack, or you can attack 3 times, or you can like. So you got to figure out how you're going to use all 3 actions in a single round. But some actions like casting spells and using certain abilities are going to take more than 1 action to do. They'll take 2 actions or 3 actions potentially.
Right. Okay.
All the generic actions, there's a tab like where your weapons defense, like the last one is actions in Path Builder, and you can filter by different levels of actions, so you can just see everything that you're able to do in a round and click on it. Full text
Gotcha.
So that makes it really nice. But then also when you actually have your stuff, like it'll be in like feats, you'll be able to click on all your feats in the feats tab and like see how much everything costs there too.
Okay.
And you said we're going to level 4, right, Brendan?
Level 4.
Level 4. Okay.
For this adventure, you will need to be leveled to 4th.
So many spells.
Or else you may struggle.
This works. Okay. This is good. This is what I should have done. Should just do it. We're good. Okay. So
It does mean that we'll have to pick out some gear, so we'll have to figure out how that works a little bit.
Money does a 4th level
It doesn't
character get?
I think you can get
15 gold in my gear right now, but I don't know
30.
where that's from.
It's 30 to start out at 4th level. There's
30?
I found a table online.
That's
it's
like
30 gold, and then there's like total wealth because I think you should have at least 1 magical item by 4th level is what the table had.
Yeah, so technically you should have items at certain levels, and that makes it a little bit difficult to do what we're doing. But so yeah, by the time you get to 4th level, you should have a 3rd level item, 2 2nd level items, and a 1st level item, and about 30 gold in cash. So like things like a lot of weapons and stuff are probably like basic like 1st level items. But like a rune of striking is like a 3rd or 4th level item. I don't remember.
There might be an actual. I feel like because like if we were bringing in a 4th level character that just died, I feel like there would be like a solid number for how much you should have and spend.
It's 140 gold if you want to do a lump sum.
Okay, I didn't hear. I was talking to Blake.
Yeah, if you want to do a lump sum, it's 140 gold, and that kind of assumes that you're going to spend it on
those things,
items kind of across those levels.
Got it.
Yeah, which I don't think is enough to get a strike. Well, it is enough to get a striking rune if that's what you want to get, but that's 65 gold. So
yeah, I think as a witch I will just magic things. I think I don't know. Okay, set abilities. God, know nothing.
Is anybody having trouble with anything with their characters right now?
I don't think so. I'm just reading a lot.
There's lots of stuff to look at.
I'll say, Dalton, did you have an idea? You're completely new to Pathfinder.
I do. I'm going through it real quick.
He's playing a Vesk Solarian. he will be building it with the Starfinder 2e rules, and he will be showing up at some point during this game.
Cool.
I'm going to be a talker, and I will be in the bar every time.
Yeah, so I was like, technically, there's nothing against that at this point, right? If you build it with the 2e playtest, you could play a Starfinder character in a Pathfinder game.
Did you see that the thing I sent you? That was a pretty cool image for the 10th level Starfinder 2e campaign they're releasing.
Yeah.
Or short, or whatever you want to call it, I guess.
Should I start trying to make images for people's characters?
You already got mine.
I like I don't know how. I don't remember how to do it on Discord, but doing the not square ratio, so it's like a tall portrait. Usually looks pretty. I'll worry about my own. You're good.
Yeah, I don't know what that ratio would be, but 4:3 maybe. You're talking about a longer picture.
It gives you a visual on the website now. Portrait, yeah, is 3:4.
3:4.
You were doing some really cool images earlier. I don't know if I was supposed to look through all of them, but I did like a quick scroll to get back to some stuff earlier. The minimalist backgrounds you were making were sick. The Spider-Man and Iron Man ones are so good.
Yeah. Trying to use up all your tokens. Get as much AI art as possible.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay. I don't... Okay. I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to start throwing my points into stuff.
I don't know the best way to share these. I could just share my screen, I guess.
Yeah.
Nicholas, do any of these stand out?
First of all, I love all of them.
Yeah, they're great.
I think out of all of those I like the one on the bottom right.
You like this one? Oh,
Yeah.
very mysterious.
We could probably at some point talk about, it doesn't, again, I don't think it really matters for a short story, but making sure that we hit at least somewhat all of the skills too when we get to that point.
Yeah, because I'm like sense motive and stuff, like I've seen it mentioned, but it's not in my skill list.
So it's a check you do with perception.
Yeah, I think sense motive is just perception now.
Yeah, they've condensed a lot of things down skill-wise.
I think you can also, like, I think the rules allow you to, like, make the argument to the DM of, like, could it be society or, culture or something like that you can use multiple things. But
it's like I don't even have a way to, like, increase my perception, which I would love to do.
Yeah, you should be able to. It should be under skill training, but like once you've trained in it, it won't let you train in it more until you're just trained.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, unless you can increase. I think like your wisdom score. I think would be the only other way to enhance it.
Yeah.
And I don't even see a way to increase it still. So.
To increase which one?
Perception.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, so yeah. It doesn't have a T to the left of it?
It has an E to the left of it.
Oh, so you're already an expert in perception, so yeah, you can't go any higher than
Oh, that's probably why. Okay, got it.
Yep.
I'm following.
But then, like, if you want to see what sense motive is, if you go to the actions tab on the right and then type in sense, you can see the sense motive action and see what it is or what the role and everything is for it.
Got it.
Some of the skills, like if you click on them, like if you click on the word athletics, it'll open up a set of actions that you would do with the athletics trait.
Okay,
like
cool.
Climb, force open, like stuff like that. Perception doesn't have that for some reason. I'm actually not sure why it doesn't. It might just be a path builder thing. But each one of the skills should have something like that. And some of them will say you have to be trained to be able to use them too. Not all of them do.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Like the stealth things, you don't have to be trained in stealth to try to conceal an object or hide. But you do have to be like trained in survival to use track. So. Which is kind of cool. All right.
All right. Oops.
There are incredibly too many feats.
Well, you should only have so many that you can pick at each level. Like there should only be like 5 or 6 first level feats, I imagine.
Yeah,
but
the
first level feats are pretty slim.
Once you get into higher levels, though, it's like, okay, what do I want?
Yeah. Austin is not wanting to give your guy a.
Oh, I didn't have your.
Wizard
I had
hat.
your screen.
He looks like a fancy billy goat.
It does.
You know, with
You
Minotaur,
gotta-
you might have to. I might have to give it an image to start with, and then adjust after that.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Sometimes
Yeah.
I've found that works better because I'm definitely thinking. What's his name? Now I'm gonna have to find this guy's name. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Come back to the screen.
Fiston Dantalus.
Doctor
Raceland of the Golden Eyes. I don't know.
know. Minotaur. Yeah, that'll work. Rintra is his name. He was actually in
tried to
Multiverse of Madness, but
Dylan, any of these sorcerers matching your vibe?
Yeah, there's an undead bloodline.
No, I'm saying like these
I don't know if
images.
he's
Are you looking at
right now.
the video?
Oh,
Those are
oh, you're
dude.
making,
The skeleton
you're
are
making
sick.
skeletons, cool.
All right, Brendan, I got my thing.
Yes, very cool.
It's like if any of those look good, we could
Probably the one with the book, bottom left.
bottom left. This guy.
That's cool.
All right. So I can also throw it in again if there's any additional keywords you want me to give it to. Skeletals.
I posted a picture of Rintra.
Okay.
And instead of green, you know, pale, like a polar bear.
Okay, Brendan, for your searching and stuff, my character, the ancestry is gonna be a dwarf.
Okay.
And his background is a revenant, so it's like he died and then came back. And so my
Okay.
thinking is that he was a miner, and as they were mining, like a piece of like hot magma metal came out and like squashed him essentially, and he died
Okay.
that way. And he came back as a kineticist, so then he can use fire and metal to his advantage.
Yep,
Okay.
that's
Very
sick.
cool. Undead dwarf.
Metal bender.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, should I do a thing where I can cast a swarm, Brendan? Do we want to get into swarm mechanics? Is that what you're
Absolutely.
Sure.
The more swarms, the better.
Say
You guys are a little
less.
bit past first level, so maybe you'll survive a swarm.
I'm going to cast a swarm.
I know. I said maybe you'll survive a swarm too.
Oh, are we getting swarmed?
Yeah. Dylan, are any of these skeletons better than the first set of skeletons?
Oh, yes. But not for me.
Top
This
right
guy's
looks
got like hair for some
fucking
reason.
sick.
Top right.
Yeah,
sick.
he's got.
Also,
collar.
his bone on his arm is stacked.
He's got some thick bones.
He's just got one strong ass.
Drinking milk every day.
I'm confused. He can't rotate his wrist around because it's just one solid.
You don't need to in your skeleton.
Block?
Do it, you know? Oh, that's cool. Skill increase. I'm getting my third level. Am I? Where am I? Yeah, third level skill increase done. What's everyone's like top skills right now? Even if you're not far in, my top skills are
charisma.
occultism and lore curse, and arcana. I've got a plus. I've got highest in arcana, occultism, and lore curse.
I'm at level 1 still.
Okay.
I'm pretty good at thievery.
Your way up.
Okay. Cool. I've got
Crafting.
Nothing in craft. I've got.
And lore engineering and lore shadow plane.
Oh, that's cool. All right.
Do we add points to these?
Yeah.
I
So
think you just
on the
get
left,
them?
like on right below where it says level 1, there's a set ability. You click on those where it says like set abilities and skill training, and then it should pull up a menu where you get to pick the things that you want to increase.
I've never felt so stupid in my entire life.
And then it's like it's the same for every level. And then once you have all of it done, like So the top left corner of like the main sheet, there's a button that says hide plan. So you can like hide that whole side menu so you just see your character sheet.
I feel like my character sheet is not reflecting the skills that I've chosen to increase at each level.
Wait, how do I
Oh, it's because I haven't hit finish yet.
see?
You have to choose
do it.
the level that you want the character sheet to show. If you click where it says level
Yeah.
at the top left, and you can then click on like level 2, level 3, level 4.
Oh,
It took me a second to figure that one out.
got it. Thanks.
Yeah, you can do a lot of
Um,
planning in this too. Like you can plan your character all the way to level 20 and then just play.
And then just play.
Yeah.
Austin, to answer your question, I'm really good at acrobatics, arcana, deception, diplomacy, lore hunting, lore underworld, nature, occultism, religion, society,
All
stealth,
right,
survival,
yes,
and
let's
thievery.
Christ, my guy.
Oh,
Everything.
what is he, like some kind of investigator?
Yeah, something about the investigator
Okay.
class makes me feel like I'm going to be doing a lot of the role playing here.
So we can all pick whatever we
So-
want because you have everything else. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Cool.
All the
And
knowledge
don't
skills
worry,
are-
I 100% have a voice picked out for Poe. So
I was.
Yes.
It was top of my
Mhm.
mind actually.
Oui, oui, monsieur.
no, he's going to sound like a crow.
No.
It's just gonna just caw. You know, I
Right.
ironically read an entire sci-fi book about sentient crows. The first book was about sentient spiders, but then
Austin, this is the best one I've gotten for you so far, I think.
oh my god.
He still looks like a goat.
It
Yeah.
does look like a goat a little bit.
Bah.
Little goatly. I
I'll-
could keep working at it.
Yeah, I'll jump in there in a sec and try it too.
Dalton, what do you think
See.
about this one?
That's insane.
I like it.
Do you need more
But I
It
want
looks
like
like it
glowing
came
eyes. I want
straight
glowing
from the
eyes,
Civil
like
War.
red glowing eyes, if you can.
Okay, you want red glowing eyes. All right.
Red
Yeah.
I like that. I like
Add that in there.
Also,
got-
my mouse just randomly fell apart. This thing just came off of it, so
I'm sure it's fine.
I'm
like
buying a
Cricket's
new one.
Computer blue screening. and
Use
then your
the-
phone crashing.
Use the one that you're looking at. That bottom right
Okay.
on the one up there. I kind of like that one.
This
Oh,
one?
and then do a
Yeah, it's the
variant of it.
template.
All right, let me try that.
Should I learn how to douse so we can find water?
Yeah,
Good, dude.
it's gonna be very
Oh,
important
yeah.
to be able to find water at 4th level. Where's the water at?
It's a folk dowsing. I guess I didn't read it all the way through. It might be something else.
Oh,
Nope.
maybe yeah.
If you
If
search
you're talking
while
about like
wielding a
dowsing rods, like
dowsing
looking for
rod
magical and
or
stuff.
pendulum. Okay, yeah, I just assumed it was water.
Yeah, I don't think it's for water.
Okay, I have a question. So I'm still on level 1 because I missed where you set your abilities in skill training, but I figured it out. So under free boosts, there's in my little gear icon was the number 4.
Mhm.
So do I get 4 free boosts?
Yeah,
Yeah.
once you click one of those checkboxes,
Yeah,
that number
so-
should go down.
Oh, it does
Those
go
are your-
down.
Those are your stats. So you should
Yeah.
see one, like 2 from your race, probably from your heritage.
Yeah.
And then 1 from your class, and then 1 maybe from your background.
Right, yeah, I did have some defaults, and then I got some ancestry and some background and the class boosts. And then I had just selected 1 free boost. I didn't realize I got 4. So
Yeah.
cool. So many boosts. Boost you, boost you. Let's boost
Dalton,
you
are we
too.
thinking 1 or 4? 1 or 4?
Are we? Does someone?
Or
Is anyone healing
Is that good?
or is
or
it?
having
Yeah,
any
Um,
ability to heal?
I will probably be able to do like 1 or 2 minor healing potions as part of my alchemist class, but it won't be a like crazy staple for me.
Okay. I can treat. I took Stitch Flesh as a skill feat, so I can treat wounds to restore hit points to undead creatures, not just living ones. So I have a feeling that that's going to come in useful in a Halloween game. It sounds like. So if we have anyone that needs undead
Yeah.
healing, I should be able to do that. I don't know how good of healers witches actually are, but I might just be a witch healer for no reason other than it sounds cool.
Witches can cast Cure Light Wounds. At least they used to be able to. I don't know if that's true anymore, actually.
I haven't gone to my spells at all yet. It's a daunting task that's ahead of me. I'm working on all the feats and skill feats first, and then I'm gonna go do that.
You'd be great. Ooh, okay.
Oh, and I am undead, So
Cool, perfect.
Uh,
I will be
yeah.
able to do some stuff for you then. What a weird... There's a feat called Aura Sight, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, but the one sentence from it says, to do this, you must focus on a single living target without blinking for 1 minute. Okay.
So what's the rules we're going on here for like equipment and stuff? Like,
Gosh, so
140 gold. You might just post that and just we can refer back to the 140 gold or the 30. I don't remember. I'll let you talk. I don't need to do that.
starting with 100. Where do I get the
yeah, you can
gold?
start with
That's gonna
140
be in
gold.
gear. So you have weapons, defense, and then gear as a tab.
for a silver economy, that's a hell of a lot of gold.
It is quite a bit to start with, but like a single rune of striking that would like make your weapon magical is like 65 gold pieces. That would cost half of your lot if that's what you're opting for at a 4th level character.
Good
And there's
thing
probably a good chance that you would have one, because you guys do. You have a couple of striking runes. I think you even have some more powerful items. What kind of irresponsible dungeon master is just handing out magical items like willy-nilly? But
Hell yeah.
he's out there. It is just a one shot, so your gear maybe matters a little bit less than it does in a normal game.
What's guess if you're still doing the art, that's fine. But what's like a decent armor set at 4th level potentially? Don't even know.
I mean, really, like I wouldn't worry about it for your character, but
That's right. I'm not gonna get hit anyway.
spellcaster.
Yeah, but he'd look cool with armor on.
Okay.
I guess I don't
I
even
don't
know
know,
what to
I-
buy as a witch or as a magic, as a caster in this universe.
very little.
It is tough.
I will
It is
say.
tough because we've figured out we haven't got a ton of experience getting gear
Yeah.
on 2nd edition.
I'm just trying to think. I don't know because Kate plays a witch, but I don't know what stuff she has. You know.
I mean, you might look and see if there's any wands or staffs that you can get at the level that you're at, but I don't
Mhm.
know.
Do those just help you cast things in Pathfinder?
No,
No,
usually
they're like old
that's
spells.
extra spells.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, that's right. That's how it is in Starfinder too. Okay. Oh, should I
Alright.
make it so I can do a summon spell too? A summon spell and a swarm spell?
Yeah.
I think that's what
As
Brendan-
many
I think
additional
that-
spells
I
as you
think
can
that's what we
cast.
talked about. You want me to create as many objects on the field as I can.
I have to look up extra
The
stuff.
longer that the initiative tracker is, the better.
Michael, if there's anything in particular you want me to throw in here about a human rogue, I can try messing with it a little bit.
Yeah, the main features are like dark hair, dark features, and a big E branded across his face. If you can get
Nice.
that to
We can do
appear,
letters now.
A big E?
a big T.
Oh, T?
Like thief.
Okay. Okay,
Oh,
alright.
he's been branded as a thief. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was like, you used thief, where the first syllable is not a hard T sound to give an example of the letter T.
It is not a good example. I will give you that.
You know, T like pterodactyl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's try it.
I'm having a terrible time selecting feats, but it's fine.
I like to scroll down and look at the highest level ones possible first.
That's what I am doing.
Because it's like you're this level, so you should be able to get all the way to it. So and there's usually only a few of those, so that seems to help.
I could start cutting
It's
out
kinda
Dylan's
nice that
character too.
we're not looking into like longevity, so I can just like do
Yeah.
stuff. I think
Yeah.
I'll be able to maybe use once.
fun
That's
stuff.
cool.
Dylan, was there one of these that really stood out? I don't remember what you said.
Yes. The top right one. Is pretty
Top right
cool.
one?
Yeah.
Is that better
awesome.
than the first set?
I don't know, man. Those are cool too.
Did you
I
like
like
this
the
one?
hat on the top right one.
Yeah,
Honestly.
the hat looks fucking sick.
Yeah. I want that one.
You might be able to redo that
You like
one and
this
just
one?
say wand too, if that's what you liked
No.
about.
I'm
Yeah,
just
try and redo it. Try and redo it, and then if not, then you can say
Oh,
that.
but I think it's all cartoony.
You never know.
Variant 2, it should be.
Oh, yeah, you're right. All right, what did you want changed about it?
Give him like a staff like the other one, maybe?
Oh, this one had a staff.
Well, I'm a sorcerer, so I don't even need any implements.
Skeletal sorcerer.
Eat that bitch's hands.
But I'm also like demonic and undead, so I don't know.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, let's just see what it does. We'll let it run again. Let's see what we got down here. Oh,
Ooh.
we got a bunch of girls with the letter T on them, which I did not anticipate happening.
Are you sure? I think that bottom right one is just Timothy Chalamet.
It could be Timothy Chalamet.
It's a fine line sometimes.
It's a square chin. That's what it is.
I would be happy if there was something just with a large like facial disfigurement that we could just
Yeah,
imagine is a brand in the shape of a T.
that's fair.
Yeah, Brendan, top right is kind of doing it for me.
Is that? Cool.
Well,
That works
Yeah,
for
that's
me.
cool. Another glowing eyes.
Glowing eyes are pretty cool. Can't go wrong with glowing
Glowing
eyes in your skeleton character.
Are fucking sick.
Should be able to get it a little more colorful too, I think.
Just need one more skill feat. What do I want?
I totally went against my character concept when I first came in. I was thinking I was gonna do like an NPC, like someone that's in a horror movie, not.
Yeah, I
you
was
know,
gonna say, what you know would be
Once
cool?
you start making them,
Skeletons.
these ones are
It would be very funny though. I'm playing a character from Scream.
Yeah,
Oh my god, I just got the
Not e-
perfect skill feat.
not even one of the main ones.
Predict weather. That way I know what hat to put on in the morning.
There it is.
The memes are strong with this one.
Okay, now to spells. Oh, it's daunting. All right, let's see. I get.
It shouldn't
one,
be. You
two,
should just.
three,
Like
four,
as a
five
witch, I think.
cantrips,
guess I don't know.
3 rank 1s, and 3 rank 2s, I think. That's what I have space for, at least. Oh. No, these are witch. Okay, so I just need... What kind of... Has anyone gotten far enough in to decide that they are changing their character concept to be a strong healer? I just want to make sure. I don't want to do it if that... I mean, I will start... I will
for a
take some...
good time, not a long time.
Okay.
I just got a spell called
I'm
Harm.
too far in. I'm too far
Harm.
in.
Okay, I will take some ones that have the word heal or healing in them.
Yeah, I'll take a couple of the minor
Just
healing
like
potion
little
things.
stuff so we can maybe
But-
survive the month.
Yeah, there is a specialty for alchemy that you can focus on, just like healing potion type.
Yeah, I don't know if we do. It honestly would be kind of
things.
fun if like half our group died. Like,
Well, I was also going to say half our group is like we have a skeleton and an undead dwarf, so they can't. Can you use healing potions
I
on?
Oh,
No.
think there's feats and stuff that let you do some of it. I have
Yeah,
something where I can
I was
do
gonna
some
say.
kind of healing on undead, but I will see if I can't do more.
If I don't die during this adventure, I'm gonna be upset.
That's true.
We can make it happen.
Cool.
All right,
I
detect
want to see if I can
magic.
add color back to this. I don't know why it came out in black and white, but it looks really good.
Oh wait, do I have to? So it's my familiar has to know my spells, I think.
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
Because when I tried to take that spell, it said, "Your familiar doesn't know that spell. Do you want to make it so it does?" Okay. Oh, guidance. I've heard of that. Everyone loves some guidance. Healing plaster. Oh, that's cool. I can turn dirt or mud into healing stuff, so you don't have to have a healer's tools. Just rub some dirt on it.
So I could kind of throw color back onto this guy. He just, I don't know why it chose blue as the primary color. Does that look kind of like what you're thinking, Michael?
I mean, I like what I'm seeing. Yeah.
Okay.
Prestidigitation.
I don't know if maybe I get into less blue. No, he's green.
I would not have known he was a thief if it hadn't been for the tea.
That's right.
It's a really well done
ominous.
tea. Whoever tattooed it had some real artistic.
Yeah, I imagine
that's
it might have been
brand.
it might have been a little more crude than a tattoo. All right, that's not too bad. All right.
I like how this music has gone to like really spooky sometimes, but then sometimes it's like Scooby Doo sneaking through the house. It's been good.
That's right.
That's sometimes how it goes.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm into it.
What else we got? We got Nicholas. We got Justin. We got Dalton. We got Dylan.
I really need.
Thomas. What am I looking at for your character?
He is a deeper fetchling
No, that's right. You said.
alchemist. So
Nice.
he's like more shadowy than a standard fetchling. He's actually not a changeling.
Not a changeling. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know if fetchling. I don't know if it'll even take that. Honestly. Oh my god.
Should I take Aqueous Blast?
You should definitely take Aqueous Blast.
It's either Aqueous
Sarah?
Blast or Camel Spit.
Yeah. My wife plays a druid that has Aqueous Blast and forgets how it works every single time she uses it. Because it's like one action to summon the water to your hand, and then you can make as many attacks with it as you have actions left. And she's like, it says one action. And I'm like, yes, but then you have to attack with it. And that's also an action. And she's just like, no, it says one action on it. All right.
I think she's there
we're
now.
not saying
I
the
think,
same thing.
everyone's on the same page
Yeah.
now, but it was a running joke there for a while.
Yeah, all of those pictures, he's way too good looking.
Too human.
And way too human. Put like translucent skin or like pale skin, dark eyes, dark hair, shadows. You could maybe like bestial or something because he's gonna do like the mutagen alchemy. Yeah. I would probably still add alchemist. Yeah. I have.
Heal. I took heal. I can do heal now.
Feels pretty good. Kind of important. I don't know. Maybe you guys won't get into combat. Maybe there'll be 7 of you, and we'll just talk it out. We'll just figure out what the problem is. You'll all show up, and they're like, "Holy cow! They call an army." I surrendered to the Pathfinders. It's fine.
Maybe.
Apparently, I also need to put Shadowy Man. I don't know. I kind of like that one. I don't know if that's what you're going for, Thomas. But
Right.
Cool looking.
I don't hate that. It's a little ghoulish.
Uh-huh.
I think so the faces and the complexion / just how they look in the picture above, I think is good. But I like the vibe of like the background and the action of the lower right that you just
It
showed.
is really cool. His
If
eyes
that makes
came out real
sense.
creepy.
It looks like he's wearing sunglasses.
I
Or
think
like
it's actually
goggles or
like
something.
monster eyes. Like I think he's got like green
Yeah.
yellow eyes in the center. We'll see if we get a.
So I
slightly
think
better
like
one.
the lower right face of the picture right above that, maybe. No.
This one.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit closer to like.
That's fair. We could try it.
I could take animal form as a minotaur.
You could.
Minotaur.
You turn into a
frog.
cow. There you go.
Okay, I
You need
think
those
these are
better,
looking.
Thomas?
Yeah.
This one looks like he's smoking, maybe. Classic.
Yeah. Probably either of the bottom. Maybe I kind of like the upper left actually.
I think he's titrating. He's doing some very difficult.
Why'd you say it like that?
I don't
Titrating.
know. Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't know. I was so one of those situations where I think I was like trying to say a different word, and then I realized that the correct word was titrating, and I was like, he's doing some titrations.
I don't know. It kind of
Yeah.
sounded like you were just excited to see someone finally
Titrating.
titrating. We can't see that
Yeah.
in a while.
He's doing some titrating.
Do you guys see?
Oh my god.
It's real titrating. All right, it is 9 o'clock, which we're burning the midnight oil here, so we have to keep it going.
I'm going. I'm reading.
I'm just picking equipment, and then I'll
God,
be
I haven't
ready.
got to the equipment yet.
Yeah, I'm just still trying to understand how this class even works.
I'll be honest, we probably could do a little bit of the intro. If we get everyone's characters figured out,
Yeah,
we could probably do a little bit of intro.
Yeah, I
and then
You
I
want us
could
to
probably
just do gear off screen.
finish up some of this later as well.
I think
could always
I
do.
think I just finished. I got my gear set.
Yeah, the gear I have is basic stuff. I haven't done any additional because I couldn't find amounts for like magical stuff until you guys mentioned it. So I'll probably do that tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fine. I think we could definitely start and get the story going without having any equipment. And it may not be a big deal even if you guys get into the first.
Still, we
Good
still have
set
a
of
couple more
stuff.
minutes here, though, before we do that.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Okay,
You're good.
okay,
You're good.
cool.
I just
So
was
say
saying we
that
probably
a
should.
little backstory too, so I. know
If it's a
who he is.
competition, Justin currently sounds the spookiest. If we're trying for that.
Oh, spooky
Well,
voices.
fuck! I gotta restart
Mhm.
then. Can't have it.
Yeah, Austin, I think yours is on the other end of the spectrum.
No,
Sorry, bud.
he's a
Just
scary,
for now, yeah.
witchy minotaur.
Alright, not helping.
Scary, comical minotaur that turns into a cow.
Okay, that's sick. I'm a defensive minotaur who helps people and can eat fire. Ooh.
I do like that part. That sounds fun.
This is very cool. Okay. Okay, so innate spells, focus spells. Oh my god, dude, can I learn rituals? How do I I'm not even
You
gonna
can
do
learn
that.
rituals. It is slightly more complicated. All right. Austin, are we still waiting on character art for you? We still haven't gotten a good minotaur.
Yeah, give me
You want something like this, but less goat, right?
yeah, let me do one run of it.
I just did
Just
it.
in my
Oh yeah, you
see what I
can
do.
run it yourself too. So
Yeah. Okay, so D&D style minotaur, full body, blank background, witch's hat, white fur. What else am I thinking? I don't know. God, what should my familiar be?
do I have names yet? That's part of it too. Yeah, we'll have to do your familiar also. Is there anything
Your
that would be
familiar
hilarious
should be
for?
a cow.
I was gonna say, is there anything that would be hilarious for a minotaur to have as a familiar?
Yeah, it really feels like there should be, right? Oh, and
This is
just
my-
as an FYI, because of my patron, my familiar appears gaunt and malnourished, or otherwise on the brink of death, even though it's quite healthy. So, all right.
Could you get like a little spider monkey or something and then keep him on your horns all the time?
Sure. All right, I'm gonna just go with the first image I got, Brendan. I will send it to you. Actually, I'll put it in the chat in a second.
These ones came out pretty good too, honestly. This one, bottom right.
I think you're gonna go. Damn, that's really good. I think that's what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
When you see mine, yeah.
Okay.
There he is.
Oh, I like how buff he is for no reason.
Minotaur, man. They don't make weak Minotaurs.
I'm a wizard of great import.
He's a witch.
That's true.
I got 3 strength.
You should just put. You have 3? Oh, okay. Never mind.
Plus 3.
My mind immediately went to like D&D, like,
To
oh my
traditional.
god, your man is almost dead. I believe that's if you've been dying of leprosy for 3 weeks. I guess when you have 3 strength left. Okay, incredible.
Thank you.
All right, so that's the image you want me to use?
Yep, we'll go with that. I could sit there and mess with it for hours, but I think that that's going to be good enough.
We'll just end up changing all of these over.
Yeah, it might be different. I might mess with it and have something different, but similar come next time. Oh my god, I don't have any idea. Okay, never mind. You know what? I don't need to do my familiar's abilities right now. I need to focus on a name. And since I have not one creative bone in my body, but access to the world of AI, Minotaur.
It's got to be something cow themed. Got to be cowbell. Needs more cowbell. I have to start getting names from people too. Does everybody have ideas for names?
I already told you mine.
Yeah, that's true. You did tell me yours, Nicholas.
My name is Gribnar Nagelbon.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome.
I changed it in the chat if you need to know how to spell it.
Okay, well that works.
Oh yeah, it's spelled how it sounds.
And
I'm gonna go with Perseus Shadowthorn.
Perseus.
It's not very cow-like.
Gonna be a minotaur named Perseus? Oh, that's
Uh-huh.
ironic.
Thank you. And instead of Shadowthorn, I think I'm gonna go with Shadowhorn.
Uh-huh.
You horn dog.
Thank you. And I might completely redo the art to make one of his horns black. Like the shadows. I've updated it, and I think it should update for what it sees, what you see now too. I might, yeah, I think I'm gonna update the. I'm already thinking about updating the art. Because I forgot he's dead and came back alive, so it needs to almost look more undead, you know? I'm gonna go make sure my brother's alive too.
Anybody else have names thought out?
I've got Madras de Brand.
Madras de Brand.
Why Brand?
I already have a name. Mine's Bestek.
Bestek. That's true. Pause. Would you run out of free Halloween music? Don't worry. This one's 3 hours.
Listen to the whole thing.
That's right. We're not going home until we finish this adventure. Didn't I tell you it was a marathon? The first Monday, the last Monday of September. Halloween marathon.
It's the last one we got. Got it.
That's right.
It's the last Halloween we've got? What's happening?
Yeah. Last day of September, dude.
Oh, okay.
Try and find another one. You won't.
World's ending, bro.
Oh, I just realized something. I had stylized set to 0.
What about Dylan? You got a name picked out?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. That'll be with a Y.
Sick, Nate.
Yeah, I've got it. I've got it in my path builder. Trying to
Okay.
add it to the Discord. Now I will be playing Brian Hellborn.
Hmm.
Nice.
Excellent.
Sorry, I had to step away again. I'm back.
Thomas, did you change your name?
Yep.
Chat. Okay.
The first one's okay.
This is just helping me save all of these character images to the right place. Everybody's got a name for now.
I don't.
Alright,
So
cool.
where do I have to like prepare spells, right? I don't know
Perhaps.
how many I'm allowed to prepare.
Think under the under your spells tab, it should tell you. Because for mine, it gives me like my max advanced alchemy, which I think is like my spells known, and then it gives me my max versatile vials, which I think is like spells per day.
Hmm.
And then you can add. There should be a button to like add spell, I think. Something like that.
Yeah, under which it just lets me pick 5, but I don't see like an add or like a this many out of this many on it. Int, profession, bonus spells, heightened level 2. Let me just keep reading this.
How do you see, where do you see if you're proficient in shields at?
It's gonna be your
Probably under
would-
defense.
I
Yeah,
would
if
have
you go
thought
to defense, you can see light armor, medium armor, heavy armor, unarmored shields, probably.
it's probably weapons then. I don't
I
actually.
was gonna say, I don't see it on shields
Well, I
on
don't
the
know what a
defense
shield
tab.
is considered. It might be like one of those, or it might be considered like a advanced weapon or simple weapon or something. If you find a shield, it might have a tag that says what kind of weapon it is.
Investigators are trained in light armor and unarmored defense.
Yeah,
So you do not have shield proficiency.
that's what I would.
Martial weapons.
You might be able to take a feat or something that gives it to you at one of the levels. I don't remember.
Oh, I definitely could, but I don't think I'm
Yeah.
going to be a frontline fighter by any means.
The investigator? Send Sherlock Holmes out there. He'll be fine.
You did pretty well.
Oh, I can have
Holmes
a,
movie.
I can have a boomerang.
Mentors.
Awesome. I did ironically create a set of white minotaurs earlier today.
That's pretty
This
cool.
is one of the ones I got.
I have the one that is the one. Okay.
I just don't have. It doesn't have a hat. So.
Okay. That's the one that you're sharing your screen on too.
Oh yeah, that's true. I did make a lot of fun characters. I didn't know what we'd end up being. I had some Frankenstein ones that actually turned out really good. I was like, someone's gonna be.
Real quick.
Yeah, if someone wants to be a what do we
said
call it?
that
Flesh
was
warp.
A flesh
Flesh
warp.
warp inventor.
I
Investigator.
had some sort of
Inventor
flesh
would
warp
be
earlier. I had a flesh warp champion, I think, is what I had made earlier today.
Oh yeah, there's the backgrounds Austin was talking about. I think this is what crashed my computer. Is the fact that I had 400 tabs still open in Chrome, and then I left, and then let my computer. I didn't. Yeah, it was asleep, and I came back an hour later, and it was like completely. It just didn't respond, and then it blue screened, and I was like, "This is probably good. Really good way to start the session."
Yeah, like whenever you go to bed and you're all twisted, and then you're stuck there, and then you try and pop your back after that. That's kind of like what you did to your computer.
That is kind of what I did to my computer. I kind of messed it up. Let's see. I should be able to give. Is everybody a medium-sized character? Is anybody small or large? I think Austin's probably large if he's a Minotaur.
I'm large, yes.
Is it our Tingus or Kinkus? It's Kinku in this. Is Kinku, are they small?
Thank you.
Do you know, Nicholas? Or...
Oh, Tengus? There's still Tengus in this.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, Tengu.
That's what it says, at least.
Okay. But I said, are they small size?
They're medium.
Okay. Okay.
I think I know how many spells I have. Lightning. When you get a spell slot of second rank and higher, you can fill the slot with stronger versions of lower ranked spell. Okay. So I could have been looking at heightened spells. Okay.
There are a lot of things to figure out, but we could, if everybody is comfortable with where their character concept is, we could go ahead and get started with the story aspects of this adventure. If you're comfortable with that.
Yes. I don't know what my familiar is yet, but I will continue to think on it while we start.
That's okay. Let's see. So we should have, if everybody goes to map tools, we should have a couple of things that you can see. You should be able to see Galt, which should just be a map. That's the map of Galt and what the country kind of looks like that you guys are going to. And it's obviously extremely high quality because you can't read some of the things on it. But for fans of the GCP, I'm fairly certain they've done a good amount of travel on the Selin River, which is right next to Wood's Edge, which is where you guys are going to be starting your adventure. Let's see if I actually prepared well enough for this. So I'll give you a little bit of information. Again, Galt is a landlocked country on the eastern edge of the Inner Sea region. Dangerous place for strangers, as it is a land of perpetual revolution. The mobs tend to rule here, and the hunt for traitors, whether they are real or imagined, is never ending. It does mean that there are opportunities that might await in the chaos of this endless cycle of revolt, but you have to be brave enough to face dangers and survive long enough to get to enjoy them. So we start out on the 19th of Rova, which I believe is like September for our intents and purposes. The 19th of September, it is the day of the Inheritor in the year 4712 AR. So if you look at the map, you should also be able to go to Wood's Edge Lodge. So we see a AI-generated image of what I imagine this lodge kind of looks like. And it's a manor that's in disrepair. There's evidence that there was a fire and some attempts at reconstruction, but even in this distressed state, the lodge is quite impressive just because of how large it is. You see late afternoon light is kind of pouring in through the windows of the meeting room here in Wood's Edge Lodge. The smell of freshly baked pastries wafts in from the kitchen and conceals some of that like burnt wood smell that you're kind of like, getting used to from being inside. The venture captain is sitting at the head of a polished mahogany table in front of a pile of tall papers. And she clears her throat. I am glad to see that all of you made it here safely. My name is Eliza Petulnego. Thank you all for answering the call. And then she waits for all of you to kind of introduce yourselves a little bit. So she is this red-headed, fierce-looking woman sitting at the end of the table. She certainly has an air of Muff, a little bit. In the background. That's perfect. She has an air of authority around her, and that she's not used to taking any crap from anybody. But so she just kind of pauses and then looks at each of you in turn and kind of waits for someone to introduce themselves and speak up.
Not it.
This almost white furred minotaur wearing a cloak that barely fits his back and a small hat because it is not windy outside, kind of steps forward and he goes, I gotta figure out a voice.
You guys see
right
yourselves
on
on the map at all?
I do not. I just see the image.
I don't even see the lodge.
Top left, click the little map icon. You
Probably have to give everybody.
Can you pull us
ownership.
all to here, Brendan, too? You can
Yeah,
do that,
I
right?
can.
Yeah. That might be best.
All right. Some people change their names. Some people set regular names. All right. We should be able to, though. I think.
I saw him when you moved him, at least. One of those classic
Okay.
map tool tropes.
Oh gosh.
Perfectly not
So you're
confusing.
not. Shouldn't be any fog of war.
We're at war.
What's
Oh,
your
there we go. I can see everything.
Can you see everything?
Yep.
All right. We'll leave
my
that
God.
like that for now.
Look at that group. Chaotic. I love it. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
so you should be
got
able to
shift
hover
images
over-
Too? Oh, good man.
Yeah. Working on it at least. I gotta.
So you
Break
see
the code
this walking minotaur up. He's wearing a cloak now because maybe what's the time of year? Is it cool outside, Brendan?
Oh yeah, it's fall.
Okay, so he's wearing a cloak, but he's got his hat on that doesn't go over his horns because it's not windy out. And he walks up and he goes. He uses predict weather spell. And to the right to the next to him is a rabbit that looks like it's on the brink of death, but it's the biggest rabbit you've ever seen. It's almost like a medium-sized creature. It's like a jackrabbit, but like on steroids. And it's just kind of walking next to it, but it looks gaunt, like it's about to die. Like it's like I've never fed it before. And so, but he walks forward and he goes, "My name is Perseus Shadowhorn. Happy to help."
Okay.
And this here is sorry,
Happy Halloween.
I died. I can't remember anything. Fuck, what's your name? This here's Sylvester.
Sylvester. Sylvester the
knew
rabbit.
it.
Yeah.
Where have I heard that before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't look like Sylvester, but
Putting your real rabbit into a video game. Interesting choice.
except for I made him big.
That's true.
He'll be fine.
It's actually hilarious. It doesn't matter if he's fine. If he dies, my familiar brings him back the next day. It says it has
Nice.
no mechanical
Your
impact
patron?
if my familiar dies. Yeah, my patron.
That's wild, actually.
And I
Does
kind
anybody
of
else
I imagine
introduce
we
the
have we
character?
met before? Are we a group already? Do you think? Or is that something we want to discuss? Like, do I know everyone, or am I kind of like stepping aside, like, who are you all? We got a colorful bunch here, or lack thereof.
I think that's kind of up to you guys. Like I said, the story assumes that you're all Pathfinders or friends of the Pathfinders enough to come here and do this mission. It looks like we've assembled a bit of a suicide squad, actually.
Fuck yeah. That's
An
what I
assortment of dead or dying individuals, or at the very least, on the fringe of society.
We're on the
died.
other side of the Suicide Squad.
She says,
Yeah, very
In the
fringe, I'd
squad
say.
afterward.
I think she says, unfortunately, you are our B team, so you have to introduce yourselves.
That'll do. Brendan, can you
Right.
stop sharing your screen when you get a second too? I can pull it up. So
Absolutely. I would
can't
love to do that.
Stop. Grazie.
A undead dwarf or Wait, am I a dwarf? Yeah, dwarf. And the dwarf walks forward with red glowing eyes, a great sword on his back and a hand cannon attached to his hip, and he just goes, "I am Grimnar Nagelborn. I kill and have been killed." That's it.
We may have use for your skills yet, Grimnar.
You see a half orc step forward, and he'll introduce himself. I'm known as Bestic Hornbow. I am a bounty hunter.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
well.
Madras will skulk behind the Minotaur and specifically not introduce himself.
Poe is kind of like wearing a cape, and he kind of flaps it like it's wings. It jumps up from the back, and he says, "My name's Poe. Got two brothers, Edgar and Alan. I'm the youngest." And then he kind of just trails off, talking about his life and where he's from and how he used to be a cop, but he's no longer a cop.
She's going to respond there. She's going to say, "Sometimes it is better not to have spoken at all, as some of you have figured out."
Yes, apologies for our lack of decorum. We are not the
Oh, Jesus.
liveliest of bunch.
See what you did there.
Redux will kind of step forward slightly. He's got a little bit of a gait in his walk. Gives a slight bow and just says, "You may call me as my friends do. I am Redux," and then just takes a step back.
Okay.
That's sick. That's a cool crew.
Yeah, I think everybody's had an opportunity to say something. So she says, "As we expected. Excellent." And she's going to ring a little bell, a little silver bell, and a man wearing a porcelain mask and like a tailored suit is going to stride into the room. He's got a thin red ribbon. It's not like a bow tie, but it is like draped around his neck. And he's got gloved hands on, and he's carrying a tray of sweet and savory pies, which he bows, sets down in the center of the table, and then he backs out of the room, quietly slips away. And the venture captain kind of like cuts into the pie in front of everybody and takes a large slice, like a quarter of the pie for herself. And she starts like picking at it. And she says, "Mind that you don't get food on the papers. They record information that your fellow agents have been gathering about the ebb and flow of Galton society. To perform such work properly is unfortunately even less interesting than it sounds. I have a more exciting opportunity in mind for the group of you. Your mission, if you should choose to accept it, is to travel upriver about 100 miles to the village of Rosehaven. Rosehaven is home to a woman named Armeline. She is a savvy information gatherer who was once a reliable contact for the Pathfinder Society. Unfortunately, the way that things go in Galt, she was accused of espionage against the revolution, and she was imprisoned for a time. Many years. She sent a cry for help to the Grand Lodge, but the way things were, we could not extend such an offer to her at that time. Unfortunately, she has taken that somewhat personally and has stopped her information gathering services for the Pathfinders."
That's fair.
Yes, well, at the time was very, very little we could do. Revolutionaries had stormed this lodge and killed my predecessor and her servants. Following that tragedy, the Decemvirate has suspended all operations in Galt. It made sense at the time, but now we are trying to get things up and going again, and we need your help. It appears that Armeline is quite resourceful because she has made it her way out of prison and to the peaceful remote village of Rosehaven. She is clearly a talented individual that we would like to have in our graces once again. If it's possible, we would like you to find her and extend a formal apology from the guild to her. Hopefully, you can convince her that working with the society is in her best interest, if you know what I mean.
When you say that she got out of prison, did she get let out, or are you saying that she escaped? Just so we're speaking clearly.
It is difficult for us to know the exact circumstances of her freedom, but it would appear that she was able to escape on her own.
You still want to work with her? That good of information.
She's quite resourceful. If she was able to escape from a revolution prison, then she could escape from much tighter binds that our enemies might lay for her. We have before us one perfect opportunity. Rosehaven's upcoming festival culminates in some sort of ceremony for forgiveness, which might encourage her to move past the unfortunate events of the past few years and forgive us. I love the music that's in the background. He says, I've arranged for a riverboat to pick you up at dawn. Maybe we will use 2 riverboats. And she counts you all again and looks at the Minotaur and says, but you will arrive in Rosehaven the morning of the first day of the festival. Is this something that your group would be interested in? We can sweeten the pot with a great amount of gold and potions and probably 10th level magical items. I don't know. You'll probably never come back, so it's not.
I don't think I'm interested. What else do you got?
Okay. Well, there's this other mission that you could go and kill rats outside in the courtyard for 10 levels.
That sounds much easier.
Yeah, it's really boring. It's a lot of just clicking the mouse key and waiting.
Yeah, how do you think I got to 4th level?
Yeah.
Just farming.
Then we can go to the wilderness afterwards and we can go on a quest for Falador. Let's throw back for my OGs.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Suppose we could probably help with that. Well, I don't want to speak for everyone else.
Oh, well, it seems like you are the clear leader
no,
because you're
it.
way taller than everyone.
I'm big, please. But has nothing to do with it.
Bestic will nod and I will help along with this. Are there any known bounties out on this person to know if we need to keep an eye out for anyone who might get in our way?
As far as we know, there is no one else currently searching for Armeline, but I suppose that people in her position do tend to draw a certain amount of attention. Perhaps that is why she has gone all the way to Rosehaven. It's 100 miles up the river. It's how would you even go into town for shopping? It's very far away.
Poe will raise his feathered hand and say, "It sounds like it's time for an investigation."
Yes.
You
I will never tire of hearing that voice.
You sound like the bird, the animated kids show. There was the 2 kids and the weird cyber bird, and it was all about it's an educational type thing.
That was old school PBS.
It's yeah, I think it was on PBS. It's cyber something.
Yeah,
that is not
bird that was teaching kids.
Yes, you sound exactly like that bird.
That is not ringing a bell for me.
I'll have to
We're
find
copying
it.
off them. This is original content.
It is. My name is literally Poe. I mean,
That's right.
I think both times you started speaking,
Cyber Chase.
Jumped.
That's what it was. The name of the show was Cyber Chase.
Chase, that's fine.
Interesting.
who is the bird in Cyber Chase? His name is Digit.
Yes, Digit.
I'm talking about Digit from Cyber Chase. I don't think I've ever seen this in my life, if I'm being honest.
I'm gonna copy an image in the chat.
I've
watch that.
I've googled it. Yeah, I need more
There
content.
you go.
So we're good.
Oh
All
my
right.
god, that's
Well, she
not the bird
does-
I was expecting. Okay.
Oh, the
So-
bird's voiced by Gilbert Godfrey.
So-
Now I get it.
Oh god.
Oh, that's great, Gilbert Godfrey.
Yep,
Okay.
I hear it now.
But so Eliza, Venture Captain Eliza, is going to say, "Oh, and one more thing. I have a hunch, and I've learned to trust my hunches from many, many years of pain and turmoil. This mission will not be so simple as it seems. You should stay alert and use the best of your abilities as seasoned adventurers to try to survive and return with with the mission completed. If you have any questions for me, now would be the time to ask, because after I finish my pie, I'm going to bed. I have nothing else to do today."
I would say I think using the term alive is a little bit rude.
It's a little
Um,
reductive.
just thinking about the group we have here, maybe returning our current state would be a more PC way of saying that.
Well, okay, you're right.
I know.
In your current stage of life or unlife, you should try to retain it as long as possible.
Yes, ma'am.
Well
So you said this Madras will like lean out from behind the Minotaur, and you said this Rosehaven was like 100 miles upriver.
Yeah, about
So it's
so.
pretty far out there. Not a
Yes.
lot of other villages around it.
No, it is fairly secluded.
I'll
I
do
think the
it.
villagers like it that way.
I'll do it.
It is it is north along the Sillen River. It is only a few hundred people at most. You know, it's a small town.
Do you know where it is
Farmers,
on the map?
fishermen.
Point it out.
I do know where it is on the map. I think actually, if you can't,
I have
can
I
you
just pulled up the
see?
map side.
All right, I don't know if you
Is
can
there
see
any-
stuff on this map.
Any special gear we need to take? Any special clothing or anything like that? I don't know, like if it's super
Rations?
swampy or something like that.
Three-month
It
journey.
is a fairly innocuous farming village, but if you're worried about things that go bump in the night, it never hurts to take along some weapons as a precaution.
Oh,
Sure.
weapons come with me everywhere.
Yes, you're familiar with the sayings, you know, stake a vampire through the heart, kill the werewolves with silver. I'm sorry if I offend any of you.
It's only my
Thank you.
ancestors.
I've been offended since
I
I
really
walked
have no
up.
fucking clue. There's a scary lot here. Minotaurs, I figured you just chop off their heads like normal, right?
I
We'll
think that would
find out.
probably work on most of us. Yeah.
Yeah, tried and true.
So if you are looking at the map, yeah, you just follow the river all the way up, and it is north of like Isarn, like the capital. It is like all the way up here. I have a little
where are we
icon on the
right
map,
now?
but I don't know if you can. You're all the way down Wood's Edge,
Oh shit. Okay.
and you travel all the
Damn.
way north up the river to Rosehaven.
So
Oh, you
how's
have
the
it as
weather
the
up here
shift- you have
north
the shift
of
on
the capital?
Okay, cool.
Good.
It will be, yes, it will be
Are
perhaps
we,
a little bit chillier, but you're not going into the mountains. You do not need to pack winter clothes.
How do I say this?
I would pack layers, fall outfit with
Oh,
perhaps
yes.
what
Maybe a
the
lot of
ability to strip down in times of in midday when it is hot, or when you're inside performing blood rituals.
Are we
I don't know. I'm just guessing based on the group. I don't know.
fast traveling to this point? or...
No, we will have perhaps 1 or 7 random encounters along the way. Prepare for crocodiles and sharks and river drakes, right? Is that what the kids say these days?
All right.
Yes.
No, yeah, we will be fast traveling there. You guys
Okay,
will just arrive.
So 100 miles. That's
This
quite
is-
a journey.
Yeah, this is a short module, so we do not
Yeah,
have time
well,
to
Roleplay 100
build
miles of
in
travel. Got it.
a river boat. We don't have a whole crew of sea dogs to interact with.
We've been talking
Roll
about Eliza.
Roll a
correct?
d4, and that's how many levels we increase by the time we get there.
That's right.
And who? I'm sorry if I missed it. Who was this other person? That was the one that
It
brought
was
up
the
food.
servant.
Okay,
Yeah, he brought out the food.
got it. Got
He
it.
did
Got it.
not have
Yeah,
any-
what was his deal? Is he gonna show back up at the end?
What's wrong with him?
Is he?
Is he the bad guy at the end of his?
Oh, that guy.
end of this?
Yeah. Do you ask about him?
Yes.
I'd
Who
say,
was
like,
that guy with the
This is,
tray?
Pay him no mind. My servants have a bit of a flair for the dramatic.
What is his
It
name?
is a statement. Well, it's not important.
I
It
need
is a
to
statement.
know.
He says the revolution is alive and well, but he fears that his association with the Pathfinder Society could put his family in danger, so he wears the mask to keep his family from suffering the same fate. I can provide protection while you're inside my lodge, but my reach only goes so far once you leave.
Do you trust him?
Of course. Why would I not trust one of my own servants in my house that now I'm worried? What do you know?
Shut up. Perfect.
You don't
sowed
even
the
know his
seeds of
name. How would
distrust,
you
and then we
can't
leave.
trust this person.
Have a good day.
Why are you doing this to me? Okay, I asked for your help, and you come into my home. No,
Redux will take another half step forward and just say,
such a small
does
step.
not say Happy Halloween. That was expertly timed.
Happy
But,
Halloween.
he'll say, so the mark, is she backed by any other groups or organizations that we should be aware of? Any outside help that she's escaping to besides potentially you?
Armeline, it is difficult to say. People in Galt often conceal their true natures. They do not want to be discovered in the way that you are talking about. It is very possible that she has friends or family there. But it also might just be true that it is 100 miles away, and that seemed like the best idea at the time.
He'll
I guess
just
it'll
give
be up
a
to you to find out.
he'll give a curt nod and then take a half step back.
Oh, such a curt nod.
Do you have anything
My
that you
servants
can?
could nod so curtly.
Now that I think about it, do you have anything that could help us or could help sweeten the pot for her? I don't see much of a reason other than us threatening her for her to work with the Pathfinders again. Seems like
Well,
you did her wrong and she's happy to not be with you. How do you want us to
Well, I'm
convince
s-
her? Or are we just supposed to beat the shit out of her?
well,
That doesn't
it is
seem very
difficult to say what her asking price may be, but I trust all of you as authorized agents to negotiate on our behalf. We will, of course, be willing to compensate her for all work that she accomplishes. We even have dental.
Oh shit! All right.
You have
Does anyone
dental?
have pen and paper? We gotta write that down. Dental.
No.
Does
You are
dental
not
cover? Does dental cover beaks?
God.
The
I think
dental
the-
from today or tomorrow when we leave? Like, when does it start?
Yes, you are now an employee of the Pathfinders. Enjoy our medical insurance. Do you all have PO?
How many
boxes?
providers are in network?
What's the
Yeah,
code?
exactly.
This is important.
Don't worry, your cards will be in the mail. Please give us your post office addresses so that we can send the horses as soon as possible.
All right.
Yeah, Tia, are you planning on coming back to stay?
Well, how else do you want us to? You want us just to leave when we're done? Shouldn't come back and
Oh,
tell
no.
you how it went.
You
I'll
can
just leave.
obviously report back to the lodge.
No, it's
when,
fine. We don't have
it
to
is
report
done.
back. I get
That
it.
is the best way for you to be paid, I would imagine. Is
Oh, I take 30% up front.
of course, 30% of 0 plus a bonus. What did you receive when you complete the task?
You got him confused with math again, even though he's got a +4 intelligence.
Yes, I understand.
But not very
Well,
good.
I don't really have any restrictions, so I will give all of you 100 gold pieces apiece if you're able to complete this mission.
At the end of the adventure,
sure.
you can have as much money as you want.
Exactly. I mean, heck, you can all be 5th level when you get done. I don't know.
I don't care.
Well, did you have any more questions about the task at hand, or perhaps the city or the woman?
What was her name again?
Her name is Armeline.
Armorillo.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
The
'cause it
music
kind of
just
sounds like
Sunset-
an arm and a leg. 'Cause that's what
Sunset
she gave up.
Armarilla.
Not like that. What was the name of that festival again? You said it was the Festival of Forgiveness?
Yes, they have some foolish name for it. I believe they call the festival Mercy Light because in the process of lighting the square with candles, they forgive each other with the mercy of the goddess.
Which goddess is that? You know, they are real.
Oh, well, I won't get too political for you all. It is whatever you believe it is best.
Gaia. All right. Got it.
No, that's not real.
Shit.
Whatever
Say
you believe,
what you
no,
will.
not that one.
That's all right.
Not that one.
Did she explicitly say if we were what to do if I already forgot her name again. Whatever.
Armeline?
Really.
Armeline didn't agree to forgive and rejoin the society.
I think that would be considered an epic fail, no?
Failure is not an option.
Okay.
Because I'm sure you will think of something. Worst case scenario, earn her trust some other way. I don't know. Perhaps one of you could spend a long time there and fall in love and convince her that the guild is worth operating for.
Oh, that sounds like a job for you.
Me? I'm not going. I don't know if you
Poe.
misunderstood. Oh, okay. Yes. Poe is obviously the romantic in your group. I love birds.
Poe will just squawk.
Feathers go everywhere.
With a voice like that.
What?
Okay. Well, if you have nothing else for me, I can let
The
you
boats,
retire.
they have engines on them, I assume. It's 100
Oh
miles.
no, they are robots. It's going to be a long and arduous journey. I would
Who are you
assume that you will all be very in shape when you get there.
Who are you sending with us to row us?
I mean, there will be a couple of people there who own the boats, but I mean, I imagine
Perfect,
most of
that'll
the
work.
I
manpower,
don't want to hear bickering, really.
most of the manpower or zombie power or bird
Yeah,
power, whatever
careful.
you want to. Yeah, exactly. It's going to come from
Person power.
the 7 of you. We may have to attach a small dinghy to the back of the boat so that a few people could ride along it.
For the rabbit.
I did not anticipate such a turnout. I will be honest, I sent letters to like 25 people, so like it's kind of crazy that this many showed up.
What if more show up behind us?
Oh, don't worry, we will have multiple backup groups. I will not tell you how many people we sent before you.
We're the fourth group to try that. They do it once every
So
Forgiveness Festival.
the river drakes are super bad up there. I mean, like, so dangerous.
First two didn't even make it to the village.
That's right. You get to the village, there are Pathfinders. We never seen no Pathfinders.
No, I think Austin doesn't know anything else to ask, and therefore Perseus doesn't either. So I think I am good to go. H-O-T-T-O-G-O.
Hot Togo, I believe is what they call it.
I'm gonna see her in concert on Thursday.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
The music just
Uh-huh.
left.
Sorry.
Everyone's left earbud. Is that? I'm just making sure I'm not. You had your left one off. I could have heard like the song sounded like it was a goblin laughing, but only like in the back left. I'm just making sure my room was.
No, that's real. There's actually a goblin that's somewhere behind you and a little to the left. I have one concern.
It's the goblin.
It's the goblin. It's mostly the goblin. All right. Well, if that is all that you wanted to ask her, you guys have the opportunity to spend the night at the manor and rest. There are a series of like rooms that smell a little bit charred, a little smoky, and have like extremely creaky doors. That I imagine it's like the beginning to like a Scooby-Doo movie or something, and everybody has to go into their own rooms, like set in the dark, and just be like, okay, not creepy at all. It's like this big old manor house.
In a universe like this, they have so many different sizes of rooms too for all the different types of creatures. Here's the tiny
And they have it.
picture.
Yeah, I was gonna say they have inappropriately like arranged your rooms, and so like the room that the Minotaur is staying in is for a halfling, and he's just like he's like off the bed on all 4 sides.
Sylvester's just sleeping on the bed.
That's right. But yeah, so you got the opportunity to rest for the night, and then get up early the next morning and get on the boat, which you will be on for the next 10 days as you sail to the north in
That's
time
all of
for this
session
this festival. Yeah, that's exactly it. We just row your boat. Strength check. Are you tired?
The strength check per mile.
That's right. No, thankfully we don't have to spend a lot of time on that.
Like a mini game.
Yeah, no, there's not anything too difficult that you guys have to face. I imagine
Probably get a lot of
you're
time to
level
talk to each
4.
other.
You would a lot of time to meet your fellow characters, fellow zombies, basically. I guess that you're coming along on this mission. There's a handful of you guys that are living creatures, but
I guess there'd be
But
a.
Brian's really big into like really dry humor, really dark, and just really off kilter.
So how many people? Okay, so it's
I think we're half and half, right?
Gribnar, Brian, and Perseus have all died and come back.
I have died and come back. Yes.
I guess I don't. I assume if it's a skeleton, that means at one point you were alive and have died and come back.
there are very few ways to get a skeleton that don't involve a little bit
Yeah.
of being dead.
Yeah. But Redux, Poe, Beztek, thank you for putting the names on them because I would have not remembered anyone's name. And Madras
Yeah.
have not been dead. Okay. I knew there'd be some sort of separation between Wednesday night games and Monday night games. It's death and undeath, or death and not.
Oh
death.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did everybody
Yeah.
split up into 2
That's how we
groups?
split up. Yep. Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know what kind of things we would talk about other than just how far it is. Are we there yet? Type things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while, Poe will jump off the ship and swim along in the river along with the ship.
I think you're gonna get left behind.
And as he's as he's doing it, he's shouting, "I'm a wave digger!"
A wave digger?
Yeah, wave digger. A wave diver, Tengu. Say that 3 times fast.
Oh,
Ah,
I
so
think I
he's
will.
used to swimming.
So he's used to swimming.
Sounded like you were trying to say grave digger, but you had like
Yes.
a speech impediment.
Wave digger.
I'm a grave digger. I really wasn't having fun at the Renaissance Fair, but now I am.
All right, well that's a different character. We don't need to get into that right now.
Oh man. I do one thing that Perseus does do every morning before we set sail again is use my skill feat of detect weather
Mhm.
and switches between hats depending on if it's going to be windy tonight or not.
It is very important.
I can with a critical success, I can accurately predict the day's precipitation, temperature, and wind.
It is fall, so there's some cool mornings. There's some
Yeah, well,
precipitation.
I'm definitely
there's some-
switching them on and off.
Okay.
I guess I could
That's
technically open an investigation too, as an investigator, and pursue a lead.
Just with us.
About the
What do you
weather.
guys know about this
No,
concept?
not about the weather.
About the
About the
quest.
weather.
Yes, about the quest.
Yeah.
That'd be really good.
There aren't a lot of people to interview along the river, but there maybe some people.
Anyone we see.
Well, I mean, I took notes from.
Yeah.
What was her name?
Eliza.
They were
Really
great
good
notes.
I might have to see those notes after the session, actually.
Yep.
Do a little proofreading myself. But yeah, it does. So it takes about 10 days of traveling along the river. And
We all
then
know what each other's favorite songs are, where we grew
Oh, yeah.
up,
There's some
our best friend's mom.
There's some getting to know each other, and maybe some characters keep to themselves, but you learn a little bit more about each other. You also learn that spending 10 days with someone trapped on a boat is almost terrible. It's absolutely horrible. And it's probably not a very big boat. I don't think they sprung for a very large rowboat here. So you guys are just rowing up the river, sitting shoulder to shoulder, and really enjoying the weather. So we kind of like, there's some scene changes we watch as like the weather gets colder and the leaves begin to fall. And again, like, you're making slow progress along the river. There's some nights with a very like foggy, like I imagine like if you're on the river all the time, you're kind of used to it being foggy and creepy, and like, you watch as the moon gets more and more full every night. The festival is obviously timed around the moon cycle. So you're setting yourselves up to have a full moon when you arrive. So we kind of focus in on this handful of tired and clearly beleaguered adventurers that are just bobbing along on this boat, and then finally, day breaks on the 10th day here. You kind of can see your breath. Like all of you guys are kind of like getting up and like starting preparations for some food. Maybe they've got a barrel or something that you can have a fire in and kind of heat up some food. But you got like, you can see your breath kind of fogging up. And the boat starts to slow down and they say, "Aye, this is Rosehaven. You'll get off at the dock market." And like they hand you a letter. And they're like, "You should be able to stay at the Silver Flute, free of charge. You're going to want to talk to Armeline as soon as you get there. But the festival's starting soon, so any information you can get will be helpful." And then they immediately start rowing away. They like drop you guys off, and they're just like getting out of there real
My
fast.
stuff.
Wait, yeah, I left my things. No.
Shit. No.
That's all right. They just throw it overboard. Just bobbing on the bay.
Well,
So
I guess we
yeah,
should
you guys
get on
kind
down
of
to
get.
the Silver Flute, get a room situated, and drop off her stuff. Go find this Armeline.
So
What day is
there
it?
are. It's morning.
Morning,
You
you
guys
said that,
just
sorry.
early
Yeah.
morning. You guys
Yeah.
you guys got dropped off. And I think you should have a map now that says Rosehaven. Kind of gives you an idea what the layout of the town kind of looks like. I can kind of tell you in order. Like A1 is a temple. It looks like it's devoted to a day. There's like arts, paintings, carvings, drawings covering the exterior of the building. It's some type of art deity. A2 is a flower garden that's it's overlooking the village square. It's in the remnants of a stone watchtower that used to stand on that hill. A3 is a huge communal garden that all of the villagers kind of use. A4, they have a council building. They don't have a mayor, but they have councilors that are elected by the citizens that kind of meet and solve disputes. A5 is the Silver Flute Inn, which its star attraction is a silver flute displayed in a glass case in the common area. Apparently a very famous traveling performer stayed the night and was so pleased that they left their instrument behind as a gift to the village. A6 is a gardening shed. A7 is kind of the village square. There's a well there, and it's where Mercy Light takes place. A8, the villagers will point you out. So like, oh, if you're looking for Armeline, she lives there. A8, that's her house. There are a few other houses that belong to villagers. And then off the map to the west is where you guys land, Dock Market. It's just kind of it's a dock slash like bait and tackle shop slash kind of like a place for city market to like be held. And then there are dozens of small farms, and they get, they're further and further out. It's people that don't like coming into the city, and smaller farms that try to like make a living all the way out there. But they produce a variety of staple crops like barley, beans, beets, cabbages, potatoes, and a lot of them focus on gourds, squashes, pumpkins, things of that nature.
like Halloween things.
Oh my
Mm.
lord.
Sorry, I meant like Halloween things.
Mhm.
What did you say A9 was?
Those are some houses. There's a couple of A9s that are just houses that people live in.
I'm surprised she was already able to get herself set up in her own house. One of the biggest
Nice.
houses in town, right off the town square.
Right off the rip.
Probably stole it.
So
Stole
it
the
is
house?
10 o'clock. So if you guys are thinking it's probably a good time to end it for the night, that's fine.
Seems like a good
We could
breaking
always-
point.
We can always pick up
To
there,
rotate.
do a little investigation with our fully filled out character sheets next time.
Yes, absolutely.
Did someone say investigation?
No, we did not. That's not what you're talking about.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
That'll do it.
that'll do it.
You guys have a clip of me talking.
Oh,
Looking forward
man.
to it.
Thank you, stream. Thanks for hanging out. Look at all these cameras on, all these people we could see. Thank you,
Thanks,
Nia the
Nia.
Cool Cat, yeah, for the follow. Thanks for sticking around the whole time. And yeah, we'll try to catch everyone next Monday.
Sounds good.
Next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for playing.